Greetings, friends. This is Tolkien Tuesday. Last week we saw how prominent a theme death is throughout Tolkien's writings. But perhaps the most profound account of death in Tolkien's works is found in the volume entitled Morgoths Ring, in a piece called The Debate of Finrod and Andreth. And in this debate, Tolkien puts High Elf Finrod in dialogue with the wise woman Andreth on the subject of death. The context of the debate is that Andreth's mortality as a human woman has kept her from being able to marry the elf she loves, Egnor, who is Finrod's brother. Basically, it's the exact opposite of the story of Aragorn in Arwen. Egnor truly loves her, but refuses to be united with her for her own sake, so that she would not be forced to experience the pain of growing old while Egnor lived ever young. But Andreth's broken heart precipitates their discussion on the fate of men and elves. In the dialogue, Andreth speaks of humanity's fear of death. She says, "We have no certainty and no knowledge, only fears or dreams in the dark." In other words, humans are found with a fundamental certainty of our deaths and a fundamental uncertainty about what comes after. There may be dreams of something more, but they are dreams in the dark.
It was a dream, Arwen. Nothing more.
Finrod grieves with her, and yet he says that he believes that some greater thing must be in the future, some supreme, unexpected moment that has been ordained. As he says, "As may a master in the telling of tales keep hidden the greatest moment until it comes in due course. It may be guessed at, indeed, in some measure, by those of us who have listened with full heart and mind, but so the teller would wish." In other words, Finrod believes that he lives in a story-shaped world. And in the greatest of stories, the storyteller keeps the greatest moment veiled in uncertainty and surprise until it is time. But those who have listened well enough may guess how the story might end. Finrod tells Andreth that he believes that one day humanity will be instrumental in the redemption of all of Middle-earth. Andreth does not share this view of humanity's importance. And this brings us to one of my favorite passages in all of Tolkien's works. "Have ye then no hope?" said Finrod. "What is hope?" she said. "An expectation of good, which though uncertain has some foundation in what is known, then we have none." "That is one thing that men call hope," said Finrod. "Amdir, we call it, looking up. But there is another, which is founded deeper. Estel, we call it, that is, trust. It is not defeated by the ways of the world, for it does not come from experience, but from our nature and first being. If we are indeed the Elohim, the children of the One, then he will not suffer himself to be deprived of his own, not by any enemy, not even by ourselves. This is the last foundation of Estel, which we keep even when we contemplate the end. Of all his designs, the issue must be for his children's joy. Amdir you do not have, you say? Does no Estel at all abide?" The passage is profoundly moving, and the distinction between Amdir and Estel is essential for grasping the theme of hope in Tolkien's works. Because it is possible to have lost all Amdir, to have no conception of how things could possibly end well, and yet to retain Estel, to trust, against all appearances to the contrary, that evil will not have the final word. But Tolkien takes this even further. And Andreth says that there are some of the, quote, old hope, who continue to hold on to Estel, that healing will still come for humanity. She says, "They say that the One will himself enter into Arda and heal men and all the marring from the beginning to the end. This they say also, or they feign, is a rumor that has come down through the years uncounted, even from the days of our undoing. The One himself will enter the world. Does that sound familiar? For both Finrod and for Andreth, the idea of the One, the Creator God, coming down and entering the world he has made fills them with incredulity and wonder. Can the singer enter into his tale, or the designer into his picture? Would it not shatter Arda, or indeed all Ea? Finrod concludes that it is beyond the reach of their minds, and yet he cannot conceive how else the healing of all things could be achieved apart from Eru's direct intervention. What is significant is that the old hope has never been spoken to the elves. They only have access to it through humanity, to whom it has been sent as if a rumor from another world. Humans who struggle to believe that this rumor is more than a dream in the dark. And yet for those who seem to understand the way that great stories go, like Finrod, it is a profound reason for Estel.
Why do you linger here when there is no hope?
There is still hope.
Now perhaps you've seen this word Estel before. It is, after all, one of the names of a main character in Lord of the Rings. He's also known as Aragorn.
Maneni Estel Ledain.
Uhebi. Estelanim.
And that's for next time on Tolkien Tuesday.